Hey everybody, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade, EM, chat, repair, and all the good rambling on I do. Anyways, I'm glad to be back. Last week I had to take off because I am just like totally swamped with games. I got a little bit more games than I planned on having in the basement. Um, what is it? I was talking to one person about getting a game fixed, and it was going really good. And I told him I needed to get it done. Hey, good morning, Border Dog. What's up? So, the game situation, I was talking to one person about getting their game over here and getting it fixed, and they were unsure of doing it because they didn't want to have their machine down for 3 months before I could even start it. And then I'm like, well, it's going to be about 6 months if I get any other machines in at the same time. So during that time, I talked to another person and made an appointment. I had to go do some work on another machine, and then I went over by their house to pick up their machine. Right after I made that agreement, I get the same person that I was talking to. They said, okay, we'll bring it Saturday. And I'm like, so now I got a customer game up in my family room sitting there because I have no room to bring it down into the basement. And I got a customer game sitting there that's going to sit there till I get Wildfire is done. I'm just play testing it. And then I am working on Chicago Coin Pirate Gold. So as soon as Wildfire is completely done, which it should be, I'm going to move that to kind of like right in this area where my toolbox is. And then I will set Pirate Gold up the rest of the way and start working on that. But I have already started working on a head, so which is good, and I'm making videos on that. So, big weekend. Board Dog, did you see that Buffalo Pinball episode, the Hot Wheels one? Were you watching that? I can't remember if you were there or not. There was so many familiar names that was in a Buffalo Pinball chat. I can't remember if you were there or not. Yeah, did you see the end of it? Steve got almost 4 billion points on Hot Wheels. Ryan, my friend Mike, no, Dave, my friend Mike, and well, Dave's my friend too. My friend Dave Brennan, you know Dave. My friend Mike and myself played against Steve, and Steve got almost 4 billion. Oh my man, it was crazy. Almost 4 billion points. And I think we hit like 200 million between us three against him. It was great. This is the my Arnold Palmer. This stuff is awesome. So anyways, yeah, today we are tearing apart the star pool, which is right there. We are tearing that apart. I wonder if those cameras are going to be in the way or not. No, not really. There's really nothing there that they're blocking. The only thing that's really blocking is actually I should have that chat on the computer screen too, shouldn't I? Is it on there? Okay, yeah, it's on there. Never mind. So yeah, my little thing is going to be here, and then the chat's right down here. And the only thing you're really not going to see is the flippers, but I'm leaving the flippers on this game, but I will be taking everything else off. Yes, it's a beautiful playfield, and it's like super buffed, shiny. It has somewhere above the pop bumpers, above the incorrect pop bumpers. I do have the correct ones, which are they should be in here. There you go. I do have have the correct ones. I do have 3 of these. They were super expensive. But yeah, that Playfield is beautiful. Just except for right above the pop bumpers, it's kind of wonky. So let's get my computer out further. And everybody who won my 100 subscriber thing, everybody should have got their stuff from what they have told me, except for you t-shirt / hoodie people. None of you guys got your stuff yet, because I'm waiting for Silverball Swag to finalize everything in my store and get all that done. I'm not going to use these things again. I'm going to use those white rubbers. And then we will have all your stuff waiting for you, and then I'll be able to get it delivered. So, and as you can see, Wildfire is up and working. Let me switch to that. Maybe see it better. There you go. It's all up doing its thing. The flickering you see here, those are Comet fire bulbs. I thought that looked really super cool. I'll turn the light off to see if you can see it better. You're right, you can see it worse. But anyways, yeah, in the light you can see it better. I don't know if it uses the same ROM. I would not know that. If you heard that, I would have to assume you're correct. Because I don't know nothing about these early Sterns and how their ROMs are. I know the sound is just so basic, it just does this. Ba-doop, and then it's got... It doesn't have a lot of cool sounds. I love that one. The ripped spinner. I love that. So yeah, if you know more about Dracula noises, you would probably know if that's correct or not. Okay, it does. It is the same sound. Yeah, this isn't a bad game. I'm actually getting fun out of playing it. That's my problem with games. Whenever I buy them with the intention to sell, I sell them, and then I get to play them, and then I fall in love with them, and then I don't want to get rid of them. It happens every single time. But this game is gone. It's been sold. That's why I started working on it. But yeah, it's gonna go bye-bye. So it's leaving. I wanted to show you this skirt or the apron. This I'm keeping. I'm not putting it back on the machine. This is why I'm keeping it. It's got Steve Kordick's signature on it. So what I'm going to do with this apron, I had bought a replacement one, which is right here. I'll be sanding this down and repainting it gloss white. And I'm taking this to my printer and having them scan it and taking this W purple and this green and fixing up the faded stuff that you see on the side, and then just making me a decal so I can put it on here. So this will be this color, and then this I'll be able to hang up on my wall and keep Steve's signature on it. I have no proof that is actually Steve Kordick's signature. However, the guy that I got it from, the guy he got it from, said that this was in Chicago, and Steve was there, and Steve signed it for him many years ago. So I don't know why somebody would, lie about that. But you know how people are. But I don't see it happening. Why would somebody lie about that? Why would somebody forge a signature of, a designer? But so I'm taking it. It's a real signature. It's Steve's real signature. And what we're doing again, like I always do, I take my pictures of everything, how it's all together. Because that's the only way to know you got it together correctly. Take my pictures of it before, during, and then that's it. But yeah, I thought it was cool to have Steve's signature. So yeah, it's something I'll keep and I'll hang on my wall. Yeah, that is stuck on there. But yeah, last week, where's that tool? I spent the whole weekend working on Wildfire. I had to get it really far along, and I did, which was perfect. I needed the mental time just to take off. Here we go. I love this little tool. This I got it from PBR. It's a wrench, basically. I'll put those in here because we're gonna, ultrasonic clean them. I'm probably gonna have to use it on every one of these. But if anybody goes MGC, you will be able to see this and play it. It's going to be fully decked out. It's getting an EM scorekeeper on it, so you'll be able to play around with that and see how the EM scorekeeper works. What else? It's going to be fully Comet LED'd. There are some on here. They are really old school. I don't know what brand they are. I'll have to see what brand. What this wrench does is, on these posts, there's actually a nut on here that screws them, that lets you screw them down into the Playfield. This, it just latches onto that nut, as you can see here, and it keeps the post from turning so you can get these acorn nuts off the top. That's all this tool does. It's the same side on each side of the tool. As you can see, one side's longer and one side's shorter. It's just if you have to get in there further on some tops, on plastics. That's all it is. But yeah, this will be for sale too, if anybody wants to buy it. I don't know what I'm asking yet. Apparently, I've been selling machines way too cheap. So I've been seeing everybody sell machines really super expensive lately. So apparently, I'm the only one who's selling them cheap. And I'm going to have to raise my prices on machines just to match what everybody else is selling them for. These are just on there so good. I think I'd have to use the wrench on them all. I'm going to have to. So Borg Dog, you're, I think, in Illinois. I think, aren't you? I can't remember. This one's kind of chewed up. How many people we got watching? We got 3. Hey Dave, what's up? If anybody knows Dave, Dave is doing Dave's Arcade now on YouTube. So if you cannot find him, go to my channel. While you're there, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, and then go to my channels, and then look through there, and you will find Dave's Arcade. Oh, you're okay. You're far away then. But yeah, give Dave a subscribe. He could use it. Dave, did you see my And thanks for the bits too, Dave. Appreciate it. Dave, did you see my video on a new CD I made for my what do you call it? My jukebox. I figured you'd like that CD. I actually moved this TV a little bit more there, so I can read it better. Couple. Ooh, that's a long one. I want to take a picture of that. Seattle. Every time I hear the word Seattle, I think of Weird Al. 'Cause he made fun of a Nirvana song. Smells like Teen Spirit. And said something like Seattle raising cattle. Something like that. Those look both the same. Alright. Yeah, playing Alice Cooper Nightmare is way too much by your house, so I ended up having to make a song. So yeah, just check Messenger. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Cheating. Alright, those are all off too. So yeah, I wonder what kind of bulbs these are. Doesn't say. No brand on them. Let's see what they look like. I'll get my little 9-volt battery. I'm sure I can use them for something. Speaking of jukeboxes. Ah! There we go. That cool white. I'll find a use for them somewhere. They'll be able to fill in something. Yeah, Dave, for your place, I would recommend finding a small wall hanger jukebox. Unless you want to go with the CD, I mean the record route. I would do a wall hanger and put it at the end by your Bally Zachariah games and hang it on the wall there. That would be like the coolest spot. So it won't take up any of your, what do you call it, playing room. Unless you want to sell that bowling game to me. What's nice about my jukebox that it's very popular, but it's very huge. And the price they're easy to fix too, which is really good. They spam the market with them, and they're so easy to fix. And a good thing too is if you don't have a lot of CDs, I'll let you borrow whatever I got, and you can copy them, and then you'll have an instant fill on jukeboxes. Or there's another thing too, Dave. If you don't, you can get a jukebox, and they got if you get an old iPod, they have a tuner control that you can divert. You want to play CDs anymore, you'll just play MP3s on it, which is really cool. This I don't need anymore, do I? No. Yeah, I wonder what kind of bulbs these are. They're 1 SMDs. They're not really bad. They're decently bright. They're decently bright going up. I will probably use these underneath the Playfield. Okay, those will go there. I need to take another picture. Just take a picture. Yes, the wall hanger, it's for your basement because you need to keep your machines. So the wall hanger, a small wall hanger. If you ever been to the Garcade, I got actually a video of it. I'll send it to you, Dave. A small one like the Garcade has. What I'm doing is I'm just taking pictures of all the screws and how the posts are. I don't really need to because I'll show you a little trick. This plastic, it's got 1, 2, 3 holes in it, so you know there's going to be a hole here, a hole here, and a hole here. And the other way these posts can screw down or would be with these flat screws. So you know that the post with the points on them has to go here. So technically I don't need to take a picture of the Playfield, but I kind of just do. That way it's no thinking. And these are some giant ass rubbers. These are probably like 4-inch ones or something. 5-inch. Ooh. I will just throw them in there. No more, Mr. Nice Guy. Dave, I probably got like 400 CDs. So yeah, just buy a stack of burnables and I'll let you take what you want. Alright, I need a smaller thing. So anyways, I got a buddy from work does a lot of online gaming. I added him to my channels on my YouTube channel, so you can check him out. His name is Travis Hoved, I think his last name is. Why I put this over here? But yeah, if you're into like online gaming for like PS5, check him out. He's only got 11 subscribers. Give him a shout out. So I'm trying to help him along to get his YouTube channel up a little bit. But yeah, he's pretty cool. And then we got Mike's Classic Pinball. My buddy Mike, check him out. All these channels too that I'm going to be telling you about are all in my channels page on YouTube. So, which is right here. There's my link. But yeah, you can check them out. So yeah, find Dave's through there because Dave doesn't have his name established yet. He needs 100 subscribers, and then it will be easier just to find him. But yeah, you can go through my YouTube channel and go to channels, and then you can find everybody's info and you can subscribe to them. Dave also does Buffalo Pinball on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time. Him and Ryan. I always call them the dynamic duo. Just got to figure out which one's Batman and which one's Robin. I'll let Dave and Ryan fight that one out. Can you sub 20% off? I think I'm subscribed still. If not, I have to resubscribe. Your subscription. Oh, I got 7 days yet. It's telling me to continue subscribing at 20% off. But I have a Amazon Prime. Let's put that on here too. If you have Amazon Prime, there. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe free to MGC just by using that link right there. I put down. That will let you use your Amazon to get a free subscription for MGC, and that helps out MGC every little bit. It helps out MGC. This will pay some bills or something for the Midwest Gaming Classic. So yeah, check that out. I wonder how long it's going to take me to tear this thing apart. These are going in tumbler. Those are going in ultrasonic cleaner. I think we should get very far on this today. What size is this? 1/4 inch. I'm tired of playing with that. And that ain't gonna work. Crap. We'll use this then. And we'll use this. Will this work? Yes. You gotta. So when you feel like traveling, hit MGC. Well, maybe save up for next year. Maybe do that. It'd be great to meet you. As well, I've talked to so many people, and you know, everybody's like out of state or whatever, so you never get to actually meet people you talk to, and I think that'd be really cool. I've met a lot of people at MGC that I've never, would see before. So yeah, maybe plan on it next year. That'd be kind of cool to meet you. All right, we got all those off. No more Mr. Nice Guy. There's not a lot of rubbers on this game, which is cool. Not a lot, but I did buy a rubber kit for this one just because I needed these two rubbers. I didn't feel like spending all that money to get 2 rubbers shipped, especially when I didn't need any other parts. So I figured out with the shipping for a couple rubbers that it was like a couple dollars more, and I could just buy a rubber kit from somebody. And I don't really need to do rubber kits anymore. So I have, I actually invested in like $200 worth of rubbers from Pinball Life. It's always good to mark what you're doing with all this stuff. Dave, does that look familiar? Dave, you just made one of these for Stargazer. And like I told you, I would have never known that you made this until you told me. It was such a perfect job that you did on it. Which is crazy. A hose clamp. So whatever we get to on this game was going to be a bonus. Take whatever we can apart off of it. The faster I can get this done, the faster I can get another project done. I talked to one person, Daryl, about doing his, but he's never gotten back to me. So if anybody wants a discount on a shop job and you don't mind it taking a while, I am looking for one to do after this. Either that or I'm going to do my Superstar. So yeah, it doesn't bother me if I get one or not, 'cause I have a machine to do. But if I could help somebody out and save them a little bit of money and get their machine shopped, and then they can watch it being done live. Yeah, that's what I heard. It's also on my Windstar. It had stainless steel fuel lines on it, and one of them broke. Well, it got eaten away. I think it might have just been a manufacturing defect from day one. But anyways, it got eaten up, and I had to fix it. So what I had to do was use a pipe cutter to cut it, and I went through 2 pipe cutting bits just to cut the line so I could slip a piece of high pressure fuel line in there to fix the leak. So whenever I'd get on my van, I'd always smell gas all the time, and it drove me nuts. Constantly smelled gas. And I'm like, what the hell is this? You know, I would never see a drip anywhere. Never saw a drip anywhere on my Windstar. So I eventually, this is so nice. These polish up great. So what I did was, I'm going to put them in here. I decided when I got out of work, when I got home, I could smell it. So I decided to crawl underneath the van, and sure enough, it was like a defect in the fuel line where it was just wet. So I had to get a stainless steel tubing, well, just a regular tubing cutter, kind of like what I use for cutting coil sleeves. And I use that to cut the line. And then I put a piece of high pressure fuel injection hose on it with the fuel injection clamps, and I never had that stinky smell again. That was horrible. Are these different than anything? Ooh. That one's never been out before. Yeah, those are kind of different. Those I always usually put back. But yeah, Dave, yeah, I agree. Stainless steel, that is hard. Some hard stuff to cut. I gotta take a picture of that. I think I got a picture of that. Did you make a jig yet, Dave? For your Playfields that you wanted to make? Okay, yeah, I got that there. As you can see, right, well, you can't really see it. So I got, how many inches here? I have 3 inches that I can slide the Playfield forward and backwards. I made it like that. This way I can get my hands underneath it and lift it straight up. So that's why I did it like that, Dave. Okay, I got to get these clips out. And those are going to go in a baggie. Here we go. I knew I had a baggie. Those I am not gonna, those C-clips I am not, what do you call it, sonic cleaning them. So those I will just put in this little bag, put them in with the plastics. Alright. Yeah, I think this was two 2x4s and then some furring strips. But yeah, I love the thing. So yeah, I'll be seeing Daryl on the 26th. So I'll ask him one more time if he wants to shop his game or leave it be a 1 or 3 player game. Now these I will polish. These will get all nice and polished. Especially right here. It's got rust on it. Something had to spill in there. This game is full of mill wax. Now this, I will have to take the 2 screws off. Oh, there's no screw on that one even. Alright, these 2 screws are on the other side. This screw, well, okay, well there's no screw on that either. So that made that one really easy to take out too. This little piece of plastic will go on with the other plastics. Do I have everything out? Oh, let's do these. Yeah, if Daryl doesn't want to do it, it's okay. Not gonna bother me. But I have that Superstar to do, and I wouldn't mind playing that. I'm tired of having my games come second and not get any work done on them. These are getting new ones. These are just totally beat. Oh, I can't even get those out. Yeah, that one is taking the light bulb, the base. Holy cow. That one is taking the base with it. So I tried to pull that one out. I'm guessing I'm going to have broken glass in my hands. So that one I will leave. Alright. Let's see which one works better. Oh, that one works pretty good. So yeah, I just did that Stern Wildfire. My pop bumpers are crazy on it. Never done them like that before, where it's like one whole assembly and it pops up underneath. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Using replacement pop bumper rings, you cannot do that. You cannot pop them up through the playfield. So I used a spare Williams ring I had, and they're just a little bit bigger than the Sterns. Come on. Come on. There goes. No, I still got no more Mr. Nice Guy going through my head. You're going to make me get an Alice Cooper's, Dave. You're too far for me to go play it on a regular basis. You're going to make me hunt one of those things down and buy one for myself. I know it. I really got into that game for some reason. Alright, do we have everything off? Yes. Okay, these are Playfield screws. I'll put them right there. I'll stick these on the table behind me. I guess we'll get to work on taking some other stuff off. Oh, this thing is still heavy. Look at all that mill wax, though. This is why I hate mill wax. You can see it, it's all up here. That's mill wax. There's mill wax in all these holes. Wherever you see white like powder on this game, it's mill wax. There's mill wax all right here. Well, and then all right here, that's all mill wax. I hate mill wax. I might end up taking these off. The reason why I wasn't going to take off the flippers, somebody did a full rebuild on them. And to me, it's like useless to even take them apart. Ah! Alright, but yeah, they're in beautiful shape. I might just take them off. I don't know, maybe flipper bushings are a little wonky. Nobody did a full rebuild on these. No, these are sloppier than hell. Okay, well, they're coming apart. They're getting a full rebuild, I'm going to tell you that. I didn't think they needed one. Well, that's a 1/4 inch. Hey Dave, what's up? Oh, getting them all working. Paisan, I'm actually going to be selling a lot of my systems. I have a ton of old video game systems I'm going to be selling. Trying to dump them in one lot. I got a guy from work that's really interested, but he doesn't want to buy all my stuff. I have like TurboGrafx, all the old Ataris. Trying to dump them all. Oh, come on. Oh, that's just loose. That's why it's not doing anything. Alright, come on. Bulbs, though? What do you mean by bulbs? Ooh, that's sneaky. I'll have to clean that up. Yeah, the underside of this machine is really, really super clean. This will come out. It's got new coils, coil stops, new coils. So they were like partially rebuilt. Somebody put in new coils. Alright, I need another basket. Oh, the bulbs looks chromed. These? Like these bulbs right here? Those are the ones you're talking, they look chromed? If those, they're just newer bulbs that are in there. Come on. Get on, there we go. Nope, wrong way. You're curious about TurboGrafx? Everybody wants that system. I have TurboGrafx 16. I maybe have 2 TurboGrafx 16s. Turbo Duo. Where'd that go? How can you lose a flipper that fell onto the floor? There it goes. 2 Turbo Duos. One of them, the CD drive doesn't work. I have a Turbo Express. I might have to replace those bushings. A Turbo Express. What else do I got? A bunch of Atari 2600s, a bunch of, I think I got one Atari 5200, one 7800, Sega original CD, the first edition Sega Genesis with that has the high definition sound. Yeah, those are in pretty decent condition. Except for the links are garbage. I got just a ton of crap that I'm dumping. Wait, trying to get Hot Wheels. Dave. Trying to get myself a Hot Wheels. So yeah, that's why I want to sell some games. Trying to get a Hot Wheels and a Space Shuttle. So I got to sell some stuff. But after I get that Wildfire delivered, I'll be almost right there with almost all the money. Alright, so we got the flippers apart, which is good. There's a lot of things we do need to rebuild. This alternator here, it's really loose, but it's like sticking. It's not doing exactly what it should. Some of these relays, they're moving, but when they hit the open contact, they're not like bending at all on some of them. So that can be an issue where they're just not doing what they need to do. These here, rollovers, we're going to take all those out. And we're going to get those into ultrasonic cleaner. Is the coil stop magnetic on this game? Or, oh, is this magnetized? No. It's just really filthy. I don't know on Space Shuttle if that's magnetic. First game with a Playfield toy. Yeah, and it's a cool Playfield toy too. What are we going to take off here? Do we have any other rollovers? I know I got a bunch of loose inserts that I have to work on. Oh yeah. I just want to make sure none fell out. Alright. We're moving the garbage can. Oh, one of my cheap Amazon flashlights decided to stop working again. So I'm like, garbage. I can go with the mill wax. Alright, let's get these rollovers all off. And get those, because that way I can get them into the ultrasonic cleaner. The more things I can get into the cleaner. Message deleted by a moderator. Ow. Eric Venard. That said for some reason it was... The plunger was sticking. I built him... Okay. Eric Venard, I don't know what you said, but whatever... Twitch deleted it. So maybe you word it different unless you were spamming like a link. But no, this is not magnetized. I know you're talking about the coil stop being magnetized. This one's actually all loose. I don't know if you can see it, but the coil stop is loose. No, it's not. I know what you're talking about magnetized. No, this one isn't. This is an alternator unit, which is basically a score wheel assembly. Score reel assembly that you would find in a head. It's the exact same thing, except it has no score reel on it. But it's got all the parts for it, a score reel. But it's just all got this black goo stickiness on it that isn't doing anybody any good. Alright, let's put that there. See if we can just pull this out. Yeah, look at that. See, that's why these things stick. See, mill wax. See all the white stuff in there? That's what makes your rollover stick. Is your mill wax that people love to use. That garbage. I don't like mill wax. So we will just take these off. What I've been doing now is actually I've been waxing the Playfield with these out, and then I'll put them back in after the Playfield's done being waxed. Yeah, look at that. It's all mill wax. Yes, they you are correct. That's like one of the coolest things you can do with the plungers. You get that high polish on them, and once you put a new coil sleeve in it, yeah, they're like just so smooth and so flawless. That's why I use that the green scrubby pad. It's like the same thing, but not to the extent you're doing. I would do that like maybe on my own machine, but yeah, I don't even know if I do it on my own machine. It's just whatever I do on my machines, I do on customer games, so I'm guessing I probably wouldn't either. Because, yeah, I don't even know if I would do it on my own machine. But, yeah, the green scrubby stuff works good enough, I guess. We gotta get this out of the way, too. What's holding this down? 2 screws. No more, Mr. Nice Guy. I love these things. They're excellent screw holders. You heard of Polymega? It's a new retro game assembly. Wow. No, I did not hear that. I'm surprised my friend at work didn't tell me about that. My friend at work is really into super gaming. I mean, he collects all that stuff. I'm surprised he didn't tell me about it. He might have not told me about it just for that one reason, to get a hold of my system. He did tell me about some cool thing for the old NES systems, because when I fix them, I always cut a chip. I cut one line on a chip, and that line that I cut disables the copyright protection on the Nintendo, and it lets you play games a little easier. They'll go in and the system will register them quicker, like if you got a little game that's jacked up or whatever. But usually when I rebuild Nintendo, the NES systems, I take the cartridge slot out and I put it in an ultrasonic cleaner, clean it up real good, and then I go. Actually, I did one of my Wacky Wednesdays, and then I go with a pick and I bend all the teeth on that cartridge slot real close together, and then they usually work perfect after that. These are just so nasty. Polymega.com, I'm going to have to check that out. I don't really want to sell my systems, but I have not played any of them since for 20 years, I bet. So it's been close to 20 years, maybe longer, since I fired one of my old systems up. So I'm like, I have not played them in 20 years. There is no need to own these anymore. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but you haven't played a video game system in 20 years. Why have it? So I just need to get my lazy butt out and go through the storage area in my basement and dig them out and then put them up for sale. But yeah, I want to get a Hot Wheels. since I got rid of my Hurricane, I want Hot Wheels now. I need something really cool and super flashy, and that is fun to play. So I want to get a Hot Wheels. And then I wasn't going to buy a space shuttle. I never thought of buying one, but somebody mentioned one to me and said, hey, I got a space shuttle you can buy. So I'm just waiting on that to find out what's going on with that. I want to see how loose these are. So now I want a space shuttle. I don't know how bad these are. They don't seem too bad. Let's see how bad they really are. I got some good used ones here. Seems good. Let's look at a new one. Brand spanking new one. I have so many brand new ones. Yeah, those are good. I have so many brand new ones, I don't know why I have any used ones. I should just throw them out. Sometimes I'll order, like if I gotta order something like that, I'll order a couple of them extra, and then I forget I order a couple extra, and then all of a sudden I have all that. Alright, Dave, catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. But Paisan, I know you're into the Neo Geo systems. I know you're heavy into those. I never got one. The reason why I never got one is because they're just like super astronomically high in price. And I was never going to pay that much for a video game system, even back in the day. And then when I did finally want one, they were still super high priced. And that made me not want to... I just should put those... I can tell. Well, they're nylock. Let's put them back on there. So yeah, I never got one because of that too. Because the price on them. And then after watching your little video thing that you did from Pinball Mayhem, we got freaked out about buying fake cartridges too. So it's like something, if I really wanted to get into it, I'd have to buy from somebody I knew and could trust. So, yeah, I'll probably never get into Neo Geo. Just for the price factor. Pinballs, I'd rather do pinball. It's because they're easier to fix to me than like a Neo Geo if it fell apart or something. I've seen Ed rebuild circuit boards and stuff like that, and that's just not something I'm comfortable with. Yeah, fake cartridges for real money, that's a problem. You know, I could buy a real cartridge, you know, for X amount of dollars, or get stuck with a fake cartridge for X amount of dollars. And if I'm going to do that, I'd rather have the real cartridge than a fake one. I can understand buying a fake one and know it's a fake one and pay a lot less for it. I have no problem doing that with just about anything. But I don't want to buy something that's fake, thinking it's real, and paying top dollar for it. That's a no-no to me. Okay, that works really nice. That's good. That's good. I'm just going through trying to find anything that's bad. Ooh, I like this, how it's got wing nuts on it to hold this whole light assembly down. That's awesome. This works good. Yeah, that works good. And this one. Yep. This one. Yep, and then this one. So what time is it? It's 3. We could take some stuff apart. We're going to do the pop bumpers. We're going to take them apart. Yeah, buying, like I said, buying fake stuff I have no problem with. It's that getting scammed factor that I have a problem with. I don't want to be scammed. Nobody wants to be scammed. Let's put it that way. Nobody wants to get scammed on anything. Where's the cord? Here it goes. So I don't know if any of you guys, Dave's friends with me, but anybody else, my power went out last night at 11:18 p.m. Our power went out. And why am I putting that there? And our power came back on at, I can't remember what time this morning. But last night I was wide awake. So what I did was I did pinball work in the dark. I had my cool flashlights. I had 2 of these going. I had them mounted over here on the playfield shining on Wildfire. And I rebuilt the flippers on Well, I didn't rebuild them. I put them back together on Wildfire last night. Okay. Stuff I'm not gonna. Here we go. We'll put them in here. So yeah, I was just sitting in the dark with 2 flashlights going, rebuilding Wildfires. Well, putting them back together. Why do I keep saying rebuilding? Putting them back together on Wildfire. So, because I put the playfield in last night, yesterday, and the only thing I had left to do is I tested it and it worked perfectly. Everything was working. I only had to adjust the spinner and I think 1 switch. So that worked perfectly. And the only thing that was left was putting the flippers back together. Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. That's kind of actually cool, though. People are doing it, so they know what they're getting. So yeah, if you can make a fake one, do it. You know, if you got a weird title it's hard to get, and somebody can make it, you know, do that, but don't sell it as original, you know. Make me pay $300 for it when normally it's what, $50 or something like that, I'm just guessing. But yeah, that is such a cool game. Really wish I would have got one back in the day, but like I said, it wasn't feasible for me back in the day. Okay, those I'll have to. Let's label these right away. I'm not doing that again. What I'm talking about labeling them is, I shouldn't have to on these. Is, on the Chicago Coin Casino I rebuilt, they had the pop bumpers here, and they had like really long amount of wires on it. So I switched these 2 around, so when you flip this pop bumper, this one would go off, and you would do this one would go off. And it drove me nuts, and I was trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Why is this happening? Why is, when I do this, you know, and I'm like looking at everything, trying to figure everything out. And then finally I really looked at it really hard. I'm like, these wires got a lot of slack in them, and these ones are a lot tighter. I wonder why. And then I'm like, oh, you just switched the coil assemblies with the wrong ones, you dummy. So then when I flipped them back, everything worked correct. But the thing is, I had to rewire all the switches for the Chicago coin, because Chicago coin uses a different pop bumper skirt. It's got like a knob on the end of it, and they're the only company that ever used that. So I put a Gottlieb switch stack on it, and it wasn't, the switches weren't laid out exactly, so I had to use my brain skills to kind of like rewire them in my head. And then I thought I screwed them up, and that's why it was doing that. So I labeled this one number 1 and this one number 2. And I shouldn't have to label this one, because if I get 1 in the right spot and 2 in the right spot, number 3 better be in the right spot. So, but yeah, I'm getting a good chunk done on this game, which is good. The faster I can get this done, the faster I can get onto another game. Paisan, sad that you can't make it to MGC this year. I was looking forward to seeing you again. Maybe next year. You want authentic. I hear you. There's nothing wrong with that. When I had a friend, when we would go and we'd go on our days off, and we'd go hit all the video game stores all over the area, and we'd look at games, and he'd find a rare game that he wanted really bad, but he would not buy it unless it was mint. I'm like, dude, but you've been looking for that game. He goes, it's not mint though. I don't want it. I only want mint games in my collection. I'm like, but dude, we've been looking for like a year. You haven't found it. Just buy it. And he's like, nope. He goes, it's not mint, so I don't want the game. I have no interest in it. I'm like, damn. That's some hardcore stuff right there. Alright, these are all wired decent. I just got to take a picture of that one. I get some drink. Some of my, what do you call it? Arnold Palmer iced tea lemonade. But yeah, he had to have mint games. Alright, I'm just going to point to this wire here. I think back in the day, I was probably a lot safer buying Neo Geo stuff versus now too, because it was, I'm guessing it was probably damn near impossible back in the day for most people to counterfeit them. So I see them at the swap meet. Alright, I got, where's my needle nose? It's fake. The seller knows it's fake, and we all know it's fake. And he still said, well, alright, come on, there we go. That is weird. That wire had a flat plate on it. Come on, magnet. Go ahead and bend these up. I get a bunch of fake Sega CDs. My friend had a bunch of them, and I had a bunch of them. And we had a bunch that were not, that we didn't have that were the same. So we traded. And Sega CD was very, very, very easy to burn. It still is very easy to burn. So I burned all my copies and gave them to him, and then I burned all his copies and took his. Alright, this one's going to be fun to redo later on. And PlayStation 2 was very easy to burn if you knew what you were doing. So I had a lot of PlayStation games. I would go to Blockbuster and rent them. Just go home instantly and rip them. And then I would go back instantly to Blockbuster and say they wouldn't work on my PlayStation. And they would say, well, here, just grab a different game. Is there any other game you wanted? So I grab another game and I just do it again. But you only can do that so much too. They're like, your PlayStation is garbage, you should get a new one. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, all these cool games I can't play. Come on, get up. Alright. This is hard to do. Alright. I can't use that. I have to use a screwdriver. So with the Neo Geos, nobody has a problem paying that price for fake ones, though, do they? Just because they want the game and they don't care? Is that how it's working with Neo Geo? If I want whatever game this is and I can't get a real copy, they don't mind paying that price. These are... This guy all has mill wax all over it. People do not use mill wax. I guess so, yeah. If you want it, buy it. Alright. We can put all this junk in here too. This is good. Yeah, we'll get in the thing. How's the skirt? Skirt looks good. We'll clean it. If it's bad, it'll get replaced. This will get polished. This will go in here. And then this is garbage. See, it's got the hole. That's why I don't put bulbs back in. Pop bumpers. I put LEDs. You get so much heat generated in here with bulbs. These just rot. Yeah, if you want a game, you buy it, I guess. Especially if it's like a rare one and you can't get it. So if you can get a bootleg copy that works, go for it. These are all dirty. What I'm doing right now is just I'm taking most of the solder off the light sockets. I used to throw them out and replace them. I don't anymore. I reuse them if possible. I don't know if this is good or not. Got a big glop of grease on it. One of the reasons I found out the originals, they bend and hold so much nicer than the aftermarket ones do. Two, these things are crazy, stupid expensive now. They're really expensive. So if I can save the original ones and just clean them up, they work perfect. I've been experimenting and they've been working flawlessly. As long as you clean them, they work great. I'm taking all the solder booger off of them. That way they separate easier. Needed bases, you always can reuse these, but it's full of mill wax. Again, this looks good. Oh, it's got some chipping here. I guess I'll replace them all. I'll save that though, in case somebody really wants their original stuff back on. But if theirs is broken, I'll offer them a used one instead. Okay, let's get this out without cutting my hand. There we go. So yeah, these work great if you clean them up. They're fully reusable. I used to not, but after going through the new ones so much, this part right here is just so much stronger than their aftermarkets. Why not? You know? Alright. I got some bulbs here. Some green bean bulbs. This is almost a full can. This is a 6 pound can. It's technically an ironclad. Envious card of a game that's ironclad. That game sounds familiar. I don't know if you talked about it before on the Pinball Mayhem stream. It's technically a bootleg. It was... Oh, okay. Yeah. Did they make a lot of Neo Geo CD? I always thought it was just cartridge. I didn't know that they did CDs. I guess we could rebuild some pop bumper assemblies. I didn't know that they made CDs. I thought it was just all cartridges that Neo Geo did. Alright, let's get my screwdriver. What else do I need? I don't know. Naphtha. Coil sleeves. And at least 3. My garbage over here. Oh, right there. They're out there. You passed them up. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they did make Neo Geo CD. It's good, you know, I'm learning stuff. I like learning about different odd systems that I know nothing about. So it's always good to sharpen up your learning abilities with something new. So next time I talk to somebody about them, I'm like, oh yeah, I heard about that. So that's what's fun about this chat, you know. We're just not talking pinball. I'm explaining what I'm doing, but I'm also learning, and everybody else is learning something good too. This I'm going to have to wipe down good, because it's coated with mill wax. This is in excellent shape. It's not beat up or anything. Coil sleeve comes out like butter. Oops. It bounced right out of the garbage can. Now this is just naphtha I'm using. Little eyedropper bottle. Always put the lid back on and screw it down. Otherwise you'll bump it and spill it all over your playfield you're working on. And we don't want to do that. Let's get all this mill wax off of here. It's It's just a lot. It just seems like this one has a lot of extra mill wax on it. I need to make a t-shirt and put it out there. Friends don't let friends use mill wax. Something like that. I'm sure I get in trouble for it though. I might just make one and just for myself. And I wear it to pinball shows. Wouldn't that be funny? Geo, they're timeless. Well, that's all like TurboGrafx is the HU cards. Those like hold up too. I've never heard of like really a blown out one. They're like a solid good cartridge. Well, like they're not even like a cartridge. They're like a giant thick credit card or something like that. I've really never heard of them taking a dump either. But I know the Neo Geo, it's like more than a cartridge in a Neo Geo. It's like a computer board almost. It's just crazy. Alright. Got the green scrubby. Oh, my eye itches. Let's turn this heat off. There we go. It's warm enough down here now. So yeah, imagine if you put these in your drill and polish them up really good. You're going to have some super ultra high flowing pop bumpers. And like this stuff, you really don't need to clean it all that crazy. I just do because it's a part. Why not? Clean it, put it back together. It looks cool when it's back together. It's gonna work, it's clean. You don't have to worry about it. And these plates aren't even damaged either, which is good. It says this game's got low plays on it, and I'm believing it. Normally I never believe a play counter, but once you get underneath the game and you can see like what I'm seeing, you tend to believe it more. So, what does this play counter have on it? 38,471. Is that real or not? I don't know. Does it work? I don't know yet. I played this game barely when I picked it up, and that was about it. So I don't remember if it worked or not. Okay, where am I? Here we go. You hit it on yourself, Mark. They're creepy and they're kooky. They're all together spooky. Da-na-na-na-na-na. The Addams Family. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. I'm always afraid I'm going to lose one of these springs too. It's just going to go fling across the basement. It's going to happen one of these days. That's why I got spares. Try to have at least one spare or something. There we go. I don't know where Addams Family came from. I'm sorry. Alright, that's like that. Goes like that. You're competitive. Oh, okay. But yeah, they are beefy though. But you gotta remember, those were. Didn't they basically have that exact same card in the arcade games though. So like if you went to an arcade, it was basically a Neo Geo system in there, and the game was on the card. If I'm correct, from what I remember, I thought that's what it was. From watching a couple of videos about Neo Geo, I could have swore that there's a cartridge in the arcade versions. But yeah, the gameplay alone is outstanding compared to, like the new games of today. We're getting far on this game, people. We're getting far, which is good. I'm trying to get the mill wax off the playfield. I'm not having any luck on it. So that's going to stay like that. That one's rebuilt. Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to anchor it down to something. So when I have to work on another game tomorrow, so I have to take this off the playfield. Uh-oh. Is it at my internet? Oh, it's my computer. My computer's freaking out. Why is it doing that? Yep, there we go. Well, I'm still here. My computer's freaking out. There we go. It just started, my OBS system started flashing red and yellow, saying I was maxing out my system, which I wasn't. But I don't know, maybe I need to upgrade both my computer and OBS. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just attaching these to the playfield. I have to work on that Pirate Gold Chicago coin tomorrow or the week. So I need to get that out there, and I don't know where all the parts are for it either. I really don't. But that's okay, I have other parts I can use on it. You'd think I'd put them right by it. I have all the reels over there, so maybe the rest of the parts are over there. Alright. So when I get done rebuilding these, I'm anchoring them down. That way I can lift the playfield up. And nothing is going to like bang around or flop around on me. I can safely move the playfield wherever I want to, out of the way. So I'm going to knock this whole thing down and put up a table. And then I need to put a machine right there. I have a trident I got to put over there. So it's not sitting in my living room anymore. Or family room. It's been in my family room for, I don't know, a week now. I'm tired of walking around it, so I want to get it down here and out of the way. So, and Wildfire, like I said, that's done. I'm just doing play testing on it. And then we'll be streaming that, I believe, on Buffalo Pinball on the 18th. If everything works correct, it will be streamed on Buffalo Pinball on the 18th. David and Ryan and hopefully Max can come over and we'll get that game streamed. Ooh, that is just nasty. That's black. But it's not. That's just so much dirt on it. Oh, I got the Addams Family song on my headstone. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. My Neo Geo is a little arcade board. Yeah. That's what I thought. He changed the form factor. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. Neo Geo was the closest thing to arcade because it basically was arcade where the machines had cartridges. I know Ed just did one of his last streams, or one of his last to last streams, where he had Neo Geo, and I thought it was it had cartridges inside of it. Alright, that's good. Hope Ed will be back soon too. There's not many of us left on MGC. Deal with everything that's going on. I know Ed's just taking a little break right now so he can get everything situated with his new job. He said he'd be back. There we go. Clean, 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 clean. And we gotta go buff this one too. So later on they changed so they couldn't swap the technology. Neo Geo did that for no real good reason, I'm supposing, just to try to keep them a little separate from each other to make more money, I'm guessing. So you couldn't have a Neo Geo at home and go to your operator that had old games and buy them off of them and play them in your house. That's what I'm guessing. Come on. This is so hard. Alright, I got that like that. I gotta get the spring backwards. Okay, almost. There we go. These springs are like extra springy. That was so much fun. Let's get another song in your head, Mark. Instead of Addams Family. Really? You don't even have an Addams Family. I need to play Addams Family to see if I really like it. I'm told it's one of the most overrated pinball machines there is. It sold a lot because of the theme. Not because it played good. Because of the theme. That's why everybody wants one. So I really need to play one. It looks interesting. Pursuant to a lot of other games I've seen too that suck. So I need to play an Addams Family to see what the hype is about. To see if it's really a good game or it's just the theme that everybody wants. Like I said, I learned not to give values on opinions on pinball machines until I play them, and don't take anybody else's opinions on one until you play them, because I've sold games because of that. People tell me the game sucks, get rid of it. I sell it, learn it's a great game, I love it, and wish I didn't sell it. Ah, yeah, so yeah, that does make sense. It made Neo Geo more money too. They change up a little formatting on there, they can sell them to the vendors and customers. And, well, I mean the home market. So yeah, that does make sense. There we go, one corner left. And we're gonna do this last one here. I don't know what else we're gonna do. Probably nothing. Probably chat. Get this one rebuilt. That's kind of sneaky of them, though. I understand, fully why they did it. They can sell the same game twice then, instead of selling it just once. It makes sense. Because you know the operators, when they're done, they don't want the games anymore and they want to get rid of them. So yeah, change them, and then the consumer has to buy off the shelf. They can't buy used then. You just wonder how many people got like those old used systems in their basement. Don't even realize that they're worth any cash. That one went on so easy it was scary. Look at that. I'm like a pro now after doing 2. My third one went together like butter. Crown sleeve. Garbage. Oh, this naphtha's making me high though. Normally I wouldn't have to clean this so good, but it's got that mill wax dripped all over it. Normally wouldn't have to. Uh-oh, what happened with my computer? Yeah, great. Hope you guys can still hear me. For some reason my camera decided to go blank. Yeah. Okay, that's weird. Huh. Computer camera. All my cameras went dead. Except we got the little one here. One camera. Okay, let's go here. Nope. That is so weird. I wonder if that's a glitch. Alright, let's just do this then. Face cam. Yeah. We'll just take you, put you there, and make you bigger. And we'll put Twitch chat above you. Why did that happen? That is so weird. It's just my computer screen just went, well, the program I'm using, it's called OBS, it just went fully white. But for some reason, the little camera that was up in the corner worked. So, I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's an upgrade that happened to OBS or what, if it's something I should upgrade. I'm guessing I should upgrade my OBS after this. But yeah, it just, well, you guys seen it, it just, everything just went white. So, for some reason this camera is not working, so I might as well turn it off. And then I bet you once I reboot OBS it will work perfect. So, only doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs. But I knew a lot of rich kids that growing up. I was not rich growing up. My we were not well off. We were only one income family as a kid, but I think that's how a lot of families were. As if you were, around 50, I think that's how a lot of people were. Your mom stayed home and your dad worked. So we lived decent. We weren't, like extremely rich, but I knew a couple crazy rich kids that were really rich when I was a little kid. Not in my teens, though. Well, in my teens, I did know a couple. But anyways, I never knew anybody who had a Neo Geo. I'd never met anybody who had one. Even growing up, I've never known anybody who had one in their house. I've heard of them, you know, just from my friend, one of my friends that was really into gaming. I've heard of them before, but I've never actually seen one. So, I don't think I've even ever played a Neo Geo, to tell you the truth. I would have to say no, I've never played a Neo Geo. And that's done. Well, it's not done, but you know what I mean. We're going to tear apart some other stuff later on. But I got to tear apart a lot of stuff on here. I have to take this whole wheel assembly out to get all the mill wax out of it. Oh, I got to bend up all these lights out of the way. Get the mill, and it's just drizzled all over this whole thing. It's kind of disgusting almost. The use of mill wax. I guess if you use it decently, it wouldn't get all over a playfield like this, but this is like somebody just, you know, took the bottle and squirted it all over the playfield like this, and then wiped it down. No, this isn't mill wax, this is Purple Power, and I paid 65 cents for it, so I bought all of them. Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like with this, the way there's so much mill wax dribbled all over this whole thing. It's like somebody just did that. And I want to know what happened to my OBS. You can still see the white outline right here. It's going across the top and then down the side. You can see where my logo is right here. You can see how part of it's white. So I just made this camera bigger just so we could continue, you know, with the stream. But after that, I'll upgrade OBS. I'll see if it needs an upgrade. Maybe my old OBS isn't compatible and it glitched. I don't know. So we are at 3:45. We get a lot done though. This has to be rebuilt for sure. This really needs to be rebuilt. Or does it? Oh, that coil's looser than... Oh, it's almost falling out. There is one screw barely holding this coil in. So, but this I know needs to be rebuilt really bad. But everything else seems to be working. These relays back here, well, you can't see them because my computer. I turned everything. This relay bunch here, everything seems to be good on it. There's some solder splatter I have to wipe off. None of the wires are breaking off, which is good. I always get a little rough with these wires. You do that because you want to break them off if they're loose. You really want to break them off, trust me. You don't want to leave them dangling and then have them break off when you go to move it and deliver it somewhere. So if you're rough with them right now, you get them to break off, it's good. But no, I looked at some of these switches, and when you open and close them, some of them just don't move. So is it getting a good contact? Is the contact dirty? Ah, from Wyomega. I have some Cheez-Its I'm going to eat later. They're buffalo flavored Cheez-Its. So what you probably really miss is squeaky cheese curds. I know you've probably had them before. A lot of people don't are like squeaky cheese curds. I'm like, yeah, if you get cheese curds and they're fresh, when you chew them, they will actually squeak in your head, which is so weird. But yeah, a good fresh cheese curd will make you sick. Where were you from in Wisconsin, Dave? I know you lived here, but where did you live in Wisconsin? You know where I live. You've been here, so where did you live? I never really asked that. I should know. Oh, that stuff's so good. All right, I'm gonna put this. Midwest Gaming Classic is happening soon. You can meet me there along with a bunch of other cool people. Go to that link, click on it, and look into the meet people. There's going to be a ton of really super, I would call celebrities. Not me, but I'm not a celebrity, but I'm in the meet area. But you can see that there's going to be a ton of really super cool people being at MGC this year. So check that out. If you can, come to Midwest Gaming Classic. It is not just a pinball show, it is everything gaming show. So if you're into card games, board games, computer games, console game, video games, arcade games, role-playing games, any kind of games, board games, you're into games, no matter what kind of games, if it's electric or paper or whatever, if you're into games, come check out the Midwest Gaming Classic. And you will be surprised because they got games there. It's the biggest show of its kind in America. Put it that way. And it's here in Wisconsin where I'm standing. Well, actually, I'm standing underneath Wisconsin because I'm in a basement. And for you people that are watching, if you don't know what a basement is, it's a room that's dug underneath the house, and the house is set on top of it. So this is kind of like an extra room. In Wisconsin, we use them. We store all of our crap in them, like broken pinball machines and stuff like that, and other crap. And then we put our furnaces and our water heaters and our washers and dryers in the basements. But anyways, back to Midwest Gaming Classic. So yeah, there's going to be a ton of cool people there. You'll get to meet a ton of cool people. You'll make new friends. You'll get to see a lot of cool stuff. I guarantee there's probably going to be some new games there that you probably haven't seen before. I don't know. I haven't asked anybody what is coming that's new. So I don't know if there's any games that are in the work. I'm sure there's going to be Rush there. You'll probably be able to pick up a Rush a demo there. Let me see who will be there. Well, who won't be there is Deep Root. Deep Root will not be there. So I'm going to tell you who was there last time. Spooky was there. Chicago Gaming was there. Jersey Jack was there. American Pinball was there. And Stern was there. There was homebrew pinball machines that were there. And if I missed any manufacturer that anybody remembers, pop it up real quick. I don't think I missed any manufacturer. Stern, of course, had the biggest selection. I think they brought 25 Godzillas, which was just crazy. They bought from the bottom line to the top line Godzillas. They had this giant Godzilla in the middle, which was stupid, crazy, cool. What else? Chicago Gaming had the Cactus Canyon remake. They had a decent selection of games. They didn't, bring a lot because they're not a giant vendor. Oh, Fond du Lac. Okay. Okay. Fond du Lac. I go through that up to Watoma. We go straight up 41, and then right after the Air Museum where they have all the air shows, then we kick it over left and go through Amro, red granite to Watoma. Oh, the pinball artist. That sounds familiar, Greg Freyres. It's French. I know I'm butchering it real bad. Freyres. I'm going to say Freyres. I'm reading it on my monitor I have right. Well, you can't see it anyways. Here. There you go. It's just that my computer HDMI is plugged into a TV, so that's what I read a lot. So great free rest. So if you see me looking another way, that's what I'm doing. He did so many. Fathom. I just played Fathom last week at Dave's house. Dave Brennan's. He's got a Fathom. He's got a really cool Fathom. Sides of it he painted with a glow in the dark. Well, not really glow in the dark paint. It's a black light paint. He did it before the new Fathom did it, but he's got black lights in his basement when he has his game going, and the whole side of the machine just glows super crazy. It's really cool. I told him he should do that with Sea Witch too, because he has both of them at the end of the aisle. Fathom's right here, and then Sea Witch is right here, and then there's a black light here, and it just glows. For a normal person, you wouldn't notice any difference. You were just thinking it was just glowing because of the light. But no, he actually sat in a dark room with a black light, and he had to paint all that in to make it glow. So it's really cool. I did like the Elvira games. I was actually thinking of getting the last House of Horrors. I was thinking about getting one of those, but I don't know. But then I started playing Hot Wheels more, and I really like Hot Wheels. And for the price for Hot Wheels, it's a great game. It's a best bang for the buck, I believe. It's got so much going on. It's not crazy hard. It's hard, but it's not crazy hard. It's challenging still, but and the theme is just so awesome on it. So that's why I decided to get one. So I'm just waiting on that. I don't know when to expect it or when not to expect it. Hopefully this year. I'm just patiently waiting. I gotta finish saving up my money. He's the art director at Stern now. Oh, that's cool. Dr. Dude. I've seen Dr. Dude. I've never played it. Party Animal. And Sting. Star Trek The Next Generation. Okay. I am not a fan of Star Trek The Next Generation. That's like a wide body, and it's got the things that go across and then launch the ball. People like that game. I'm not a real big fan of it. It's alright. I like Star Trek, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I play it every time I go to the arcade. I'm just not like a super huge fan of it. But anyways, it's approaching 4. I'm going to get these delicious pieces cooking in the thing. We'll show you all the mill wax. Yeah, that's my favorite part of Hot Wheels is when it goes into red line mode. Look at all that mill wax. Look at that. The game like shuts down, and the computer monitor, it goes black and it goes to a little red dot in the center of the screen, and then I think it goes boom boom boom, and then the whole playfield lights up in red, and just you get like this multi-ball. It's a timed multi-ball, and it's just phenomenal. Look at that. Even under the skirt, I don't know, here you go, you can see mill wax under the skirt. Like I said, how do you get that much mill wax on a machine? The skirt is like this on the machine. This is the top of the skirt. How do you get that much mill wax underneath it? just don't get it. Like I said, these are good. I will find out once I clean them if there's cracks on them. They're perfectly good. They're just dirty. And then the posts, we'll clean them. I don't know if I'm going to run these in or not. I probably will. These are the little purple caps that Williams used. Oh, look at that. What I like about Hot Wheels, there's some cool mods for it too. I'm almost gonna just go buy the mods first, but I shouldn't. I should get my Hot Wheels first and then buy the mods. There's some cool mods. Yeah, I'm gonna do that first. Unless they're not gonna make them anymore, then I will buy the mods. But they got some really cool mods for Hot Wheels. All right. I've been up really early because we lost electricity last night, so I woke up and the house was cold. But I should be grateful that I woke up into a house, because there's a lot of people that don't wake up in a house, let alone a warmer house than that's outside. But yes, I did wake up and it was 60 in the house. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I turned my thermostat down to 60 at night. I got a lot of friends that do that, and I'm like, no, my house is at 72 year round basically. But anyways, so I woke up really early because I was freezing. So I usually wake up around, honestly, I usually wake up around 11, 10, 11 on the weekend. It is kind of high, but we're like at kind of like at the bottom of the hill. Our house is here, and then our neighbor's house is a little higher, and then the next house is a little higher, and so on. So when we get really good rains, you can watch the water go through the backyards like that. And then right now, my backyard it was flooded in spots till it warmed up because the snow had melted and the ground was still frozen. So we had these giant puddles all over the backyard. But the way the yard is sloped, it doesn't really slope near the house. It kind of like just keeps going through the yard and then down the driveway, which is good. But yeah, I imagine if it rained and the ground was still cold enough, it probably would have leaked into that basement wall. There's actually a whole room. This is a closet right here, but there's a whole nother room that's about almost the size on that side of the house. I guess this was a bar at one time. There's like glass shelves and stuff back there. And from here to here, they built a wall. So there was a bar in there. But I'm thinking I could take the wall out here, and then there's the same size wall there, and I could get 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 pinball machines into there. And this is like 2 feet deep, so they would come out to about right here. So yeah, I just found a room for like 4 single player machines. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe 4 single player. Maybe a couple extra. But yeah, I could fit, because I could get half of them in there and the other half would be out here. The part you need to play is out here. So yeah, maybe. So let's see that once. My wife would flip on that. Let's see how far that is. 3 foot 9 inches. Yeah, so that's 3 foot 9 inches deep. So this much of the pinball machine would be poking out. Yeah. Ah. She would flip if I did that. But the basement's my place. I can get 4 machines in there. Yeah. Yeah. Your basement flooded, thankfully, before you finished it and made the arcade. So then you got to, like, waterproof it a little bit better, which is cool. Our old house basement used to flood all the time. Really bad. Because it didn't have a sump pump. But they cut one into the floor. And then they cut around the basement floor and put the drain tile in there. So I don't know if that made the basement flood more or not. But when that sump pump pit would just fill up with the rain. It'd fill up, go right over the edge, and then it would go towards the floor drain, which is in the middle of the basement. So yeah, from where the sump pump pit was, it would just run all the way to the thing. So we always kept this giant part of our basement with nothing. So just in case it rained, it would do that. And when we sold the house, I left the new people a message. By the way, I would get a battery backup system for your sump pump because when it rains, if it does rain far enough, it will overflow and leak in the basement. So I did let them know that. I gotta go to the printer tomorrow and get this scanned. You didn't see this, Dave? There. That's Steve Kordick's signature. So I gotta get that and save it. I don't want to include this skirt with this game when I sell it. So whoever I sell it to is not going to appreciate that he signed the game, and they're not going to know who it is, or they're probably not going to care. It's not going to add any value to the game. So I'm going to take this plate and have them scan it and then make me a template. So, and then I'll take this apron here and I'll sand it down and we'll put this on the machine instead. And I need to put that by the stairs so I remember to take it upstairs to get it scanned. I'll have them scan it as it is and I'll have them correct what's goofy with it. And then have them remove Steve's signature off of it, and they can just make me some stickers that I can stick on a new apron. Alright, I think we're done. I'm going to upgrade OBS, see if it works. And I guess it's been nice chatting to everybody. So yeah, I had to take a break last week, and I had to get Wildfire done. Which is done. I'm just doing play testing on it, and I have to put the LED board in it to get rid of the flickering. And I have to put the new Wolfpack displays in it. That's about it. So with that, everybody take care, and we will come back together next Sunday and have some fun working on this. I don't know what we're going to be working on, but we're going to be working on some of it. I don't think there's too many more weeks left on it. Maybe 3 weeks? Maybe. So I got 3 weeks to have somebody, if they want to deal on their game being shopped, or what. I don't know. It needs to be a simple game though too. You know, like Knight Rider, I want to really fully document that series. The Pirate Gold, I'm fully documenting that series. I need something that's kind of like basic like this, where it's real, easy to do, where it's, a easy game. Like Knight Rider, I really never fully documented a bally I have my Captain Fantastic, but I really didn't document that good. And I really need to fully go through each little component and rebuild them on camera to the best I can. So anyways, I guess we'll see you next week. And I guess that's about it. And take care, everybody. Later.